Hello to all my friends out there. Hi, you guys. Hi. Okay, life is good. I'm drinking Gatorade. All right, I've been making meals that are really easy and don't require much cooking. I want to stay with this for the rest of the summer. And then I want to discontinue spending until after the first of the year. So what I have here is some water and some pasta, good pasta that I bought, marked down, 1.5 cups. I learned my lesson. For one person, this is going to make plenty. Then I want to add some milk. Now I just learned this way to make macaroni and cheese. And then you add evaporated milk to equal the amount of water, approximately. So I'm going to make some Alfredo. And so it's going to be a carb, it's going to be some meat, and it's going to be some cheese. And that's going to be it. So this video is quick, tasty meals, grocery shopping, low-cost grocery shopping, or food storage. So it's going to be chicken Alfredo with Alfredo mix. I'm using turkey burger because that's what I have, pasta, peas, and cheese. And this is going to be just fine. So I remembered something. I stopped by the 7-Eleven and the guy said, "How are you doing today?" And I said, "The same as yesterday." So one of the things that's really helpful is today is the same as yesterday. So if I was thrifty yesterday, I want to be thrifty today. I want to be thrifty tomorrow. Okay, so I have this package of Alfredo mix. I'm going to start out with a half a package. I think a whole package would be a lot. I'm just going to eyeball it. I don't want it too thick and gluey, but I can always add some more water. These packets are not so cheap anymore, $1.75, but I will keep my eye out for these, and when they do go on sale, I'll grab probably 6. So today for lunch, how this came about is I joined the gym. I'm trying to get in shape, and I thought, don't try to get in shape. Just try today to change your lifestyle a little bit, and in time, you're going to come around. Like just exercising every day. It could be walking, that's going to help. And I have a 1/4 pound of turkey burger that I bought. I froze all of it. And if you go to a 1/4 pound, that is more than enough meat for one person, especially if you're adding it. And then I have canned peas because peas are cheaper than broccoli. But this could be anything. This could be chicken. This could be, well, this is ground turkey. It could be salmon, whatever you have in the stockpile. So, stockpiling pasta, stockpiling evaporated milk, stockpiling Alfredo mix, buying your meat on sale. And then I bought some, today I bought this, I bought some Parmesan cheese because I plan on making some spaghetti. So the sauce is thickening up. It's looking good, actually. So this is kind of like the bowl I made yesterday. It was where is it? I forget my own stuff. Rice. I fried hamburger, then I fried a scrambled egg. Oh, an egg is not a dairy, because I was looking that up. And then I put salsa. So rice, hamburger. I scrambled the egg with the hamburger and salsa. So it's like this meal. No big fat mess. Made in minutes, cheap, no baking. If they're left over, that's good. It's good the next day. And the sauce looks good. So if you're making macaroni and cheese, there's no reason to make a white gravy. You can make it just like this. Boil your macaroni, boil it down until you can add the same amount of evaporated milk and then add cheese. So you don't need to use a lot of cheese because your Alfredo mix should be pretty cheesy. So today I had French fries. I had 2 small potatoes. I had grits. I had these grits, so you make these in the microwave with 1/2 cup water, and then when it was done, I put a little pat of butter, and then I scrambled an egg. So let me get a couple potatoes. I'll show you the potatoes. And I made French fries on the bottom. Then in another bowl, I made the grits and I scrambled an egg. Okay, this is starting to look good now. Take a look at this. And now I just want to, so that is, there's no mess to this. I think people are, you know, are in no mood for nonsense is the best way I could put it. Not too much, just enough so you can taste it a little bit. And then a little pepper. I put salt on when I eat it if I want it. All right, that's looking good. So take a look at this. And so instead of Alfredo mix, you could use spaghetti. And so what I did today when I was at Ralph's looking for deals, I located this for $3.99. So I'm kind of looking for a food with the longest expiration date and the cheapest price. I will be buying some specialty cheeses at grocery outlet. I will show you the little ones. I can pack those in my freezer. Okay, so now let me show you. I'm making yogurt. It's so easy, and I wanted to mention something about the yogurt. Okay, this water is still hot, so I should have left more space. Am I still visible? Okay, that's good. Okay, so I will move this to the back burner because it's pretty much done. Okay, I heated a large pan. This is a pan I use just for yogurt making. I heated this with boiling hot water. What I did is I turned my oven on to the lowest possible setting. As soon as it heated, I turned it off. Then I put my container in the back of the oven, in the back, you know, corner there where I was going to slip the pan in front. And I took my my yogurt out of the refrigerator, and I bought the yogurt at Ralph's. I wanted to get good yogurt. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. So the oven was warm, but not too warm because you'll kill your culture. And then I was heating my water to really hot. I wanted the pan really hot and the water boiling. And then so I think this is pretty much ready. So if you start it, I might leave it in a little bit longer. If you start it during the daytime, by the time you go to bed at night, it's going to be ready. So what I wanted to do is I've been wanting to do this I wanted to make yogurt out of evaporated milk because I used to buy yogurt from these Asian people and it was so good, but I'm thinking that they added honey to theirs, but I don't want to do that. So all that's in it is evaporated milk and yogurt. So I took my yogurt out to get that room temperature, and then I added 1 can evaporated milk, 1 can water, and I put it on the back burner. The boiling water was on the front. And I think I'm going to take this off before, I think it's good enough before I have a terrible accident. It's late. That's when I have accidents. So I bring my milk to almost a boil and I hold it there about 20 or 30 minutes. If you want firm yogurt, hold it there about 30 minutes. Then turn the heat off and I pour my yogurt, let's see if I have it, there it is. I pour the hot milk in this bowl to cool it off, like a warm bath, not too hot because you can check the thermometer to about between 100 and 110, or just say like a warm bath. Then I added my room temperature yogurt, and I stirred that around, and then my container was heating in the oven, and I put the milk and the yogurt in here, and then I covered with some foil, and I put it in the back corner of the oven. And then I put the water in front of it, and I covered both with towels to hold in the heat. And then a couple times today, I took the water in the big pan out and reheated it. If you were going to make this overnight, you could, I'll just put some yogurt. Okay, so here it is. Okay, if your yogurt still has whey like this in it, all the much better, because then you can make some fry bread. But it's solid, and it tastes really good because I already ate some. And so at night, I like to have this homemade yogurt. This makes great smoothies. So that was about, let's see, it was about 24 ounces. It's so easy to make, you know. Here it is. That is delicious. It turns out a little bit different every time. So I finally figured out that I could use my evaporated milk out of the stockpile. You can use powdered milk too. I have some Powerade Zero, but I discovered something I want to show you. Okay, you know, I was griping about the tea. The cost of the tea was $3. This is $3 and like 20 something cents from Kroger, sugar-free, 5 calories. So problem solved. You want tea? In the morning, I like to drink tea. Not all the time, sometimes. So I solved the tea issue. Okay, so yogurt. So if you have pasta, like in this, let me get a little bowl of this. So this is going to be going on. So you can come up with anything. It could be any kind of pasta or rice. The rice bowl was good that I made. And then if you can afford it, when finances permit, get the good pasta. That makes all the difference. So you have food for tomorrow too. So when I come home from the gym, that is so good. I find that to be better than the jars. 2 small potatoes is going to give you a perfect amount of French fries. I prefer potatoes myself. If I had potatoes, taco meat, and cheese, that would be good too. Okay, so rice. Okay, now the most loved dairy. So when you're cutting back, if you eat a little more dairy, am I going to be suffering eating yogurt? No, because tomorrow I'm going to make some fry bread with that whey. The most loved dairy, and one of the most lovable things about dairy is you can find it marked down. Milk. So I will be stockpiling a couple cases of evaporated milk. I also have powdered milk though, so there's no hurry. I want to drink up my powdered milk. If you have milk, you can make cottage cheese. Maybe I will try cottage cheese out of evaporated milk. I don't see why it wouldn't work since we just had the whey. Heavy cream. So milk, heavy cream. Okay, with heavy cream, you can make whipped cream, but the most important thing is you can make butter. Both of those are marked down all the time at Ralph's. And you can freeze your cream if you have space, and then you just put it directly in the blender when it's really cold, and it's going to make some nice butter. So, you know, this week I did buy, the butter was still on sale for $3 and something cents at Ralph's. Yogurt. I find the Ralph's yogurt to be good. For your starter, you want to start with a good, I've tried cheap yogurts, but it's not too hot. And then cheese. So if you stockpile buttermilk like I did, and you boil your, not boil, but you bring your heat up, you're going to have cottage cheese. Okay, so now another thing is eggs. Eggs are not a dairy, but okay, I've tried the low fat and carb diets, but just adding the egg to the meal really helped. Maybe it's the fat, I'm not sure. Now, I am going to buy a pressure canner. I've been very resistant to doing this, but I thought you are going to do it because I have 2 freezers full of meat. I want to can that meat, and I want to free up my freezer. I want to get a lot of meat out of there. We had a fire. When I come in from the city and I head up the hill, there's 3 hills. There's the hill I live on. There's the next hill. That was the one that had the fire on the other side of it. And then there's another big hill. So the fires are starting, and that can cause power outages. So if you get a generator, you can be canning pressure canning if you have a generator. So now another way you can preserve your meat is you can dry cure it, and that's just covering it with salt so that you don't lose all your meat until you can can it. I am going to be looking into that. So I heard a tip, and I agree with this, and it said buy all new cans. I mean, you're going to go to all this trouble to can. What I was doing is searching around in thrift stores for cans. Just what I will do is I will, like depending, like I think I have some in my freezer to show you. Okay. See this little piece of meat? It's probably about a pound, and you can fit 1 pound of meat in a pint jar. And so once you get your meat in the jars, you can pressure can it. I'm buying a small one, and I will just pressure can it for 1 pint. All you need is a teaspoon of salt. For a quart, 2 teaspoons of salt. So you can look this up. You just put your meat in the canning jar, and you wipe the rim with vinegar, and you put the cap on, and then you pressure can it for 90 minutes. So I have decided to do that, and you live 1-inch headspace. Okay, so you need vinegar so you can do your canning. So let me give you a shot of this in case any of you want to see it. So that's one of my projects. I do not want to eat those. I mean, I do have cans of meat, but I thought, why do you want to eat that when you have a freezer full of meat? Why not just can it to make sure it's safe? All right, now, okay, the most loved canned vegetables, and I am considering canning some of these: tomatoes, ketchup, green beans, corn, peas, and mixed vegetables. Now you want to have lemon juice and lime juice, mainly lemon juice so you can make cheese, or if you want to curdle milk. So you need lemon, lime, vinegar. That is going to protect you from germs and bacteria, and salt. You really need salt. At one time, I bought a bunch of these bags of salt. So that is the kind of salt you would really want to use to cold pack your meat. Most love fruit, pineapple. I would try to get pineapple in its own juice. And I will be canning these. Peaches, pears, fruit cocktail, and the most important one is mangoes. So if you're going to eat some fish, then you can have some rice with some coconut milk, some sugar. You don't need sugar if your coconut milk is sweet, and some mangoes. So applesauce, because I like to make applesauce bread. Then think about the carbs: rice, potatoes, sweet potatoes, beans, and grits. Then powdered milk, oatmeal, and I see the bodybuilders eat cream of wheat. I go, yeah, I could see doing that. That's not too disagreeable. Okay, and then big bags of peanuts. I gotta tell you guys something. You know, I hated going out in my backyard because I go, there's a rat out there. I went out there this morning. It's not a rat, it's a squirrel. I was so relieved when I realized I had a squirrel. You know, it would dart around, you know, just out of the edge of my eye. And so I was so relieved, so I don't feel like I have to like spend day and nights trying to poison the creature. I can live with a squirrel as long as it doesn't touch my grapevines. So peanuts within reason. Jam, I will be making some jam. Jam is so easy to can. If you're new to canning, you can even water bath can that. I might water bath can some. Okay, so now I have plans of a propane stove, a small generator, a heater for the house, propane, and a life straw. None of those things are too expensive. Like, just buy one. I'm not going to be spending a lot of money because, you know, we might have a war and we might not. Okay, now I mentioned to you guys that I bought this bag of rice. This is how you want to buy your food. You want to buy better pasta, better rice. This is a 10-pound bag, a 5-pound bag of rice that was normally $10. I got it for $5. And then I have black beans, so I could have refried beans and rice, like a bean burrito. Or I could have a rice bowl. You can heat these up. You can just heat them up with a little bacon, salt, pepper, sugar, or you can add onions, garlic, and chili powder. And then pork and beans is the other one. If you have pork and beans and cornbread and some cold peaches, you can survive. So that is the idea, is I'm going to be searching around for these. Also, the thing about these meals that I'm going to be now doing, they are very low cost. And they're all the food in the stockpile. So I want to eat my food down. I'm still going to shop for some discount shopping a little bit. I mean, you don't really need to be buying food if you have a lot of food in your house. And then, so the only thing I'm going to be doing is maybe buying a few books or a couple of things at the thrift store for my eBay business, only if something sells. So I'm surprised in my case, as much stuff as I've sold has sold, because I figured it would be pretty sluggish. I want to mention about books. If you can find, I found a place that sells books for less than $1. I couldn't believe it. But let's say I was given a tip by a guy who sells books, and he goes, buy new books. So I look for all new books, and one thing I noticed is that books sell, like you'll be going around and all of a sudden some book you posted will sell. And so then if you find your books really cheap, you can take a bid. I mean, as long as, right now, like I sold one of these books, I sold 2 of them, like How to Make $1 Million, stuff like that. So I didn't know for sure about that topic, but it seems to do pretty good. I tried yoga books. I tried, I have 2 yoga books posted. I tried veganism books. I'm going to try some keto and some vegetarian cookbooks. I tried a Betty Crocker cookbook, and I'm thinking I might, like, okay, you know when someone dies and the relatives donate like a whole box full of like those Harlequin romance type books? If I can get a whole box cheap or go to the swap meet, I will sell those very cheap, and we'll see what happens. So if you want to start a little business, try that. You can also sell your junk at the swap meet, but I don't want to because it's too hot. And furthermore, I'm getting the junk out of my house. With the books, I'm able to pack them up very nice and neat in boxes so they're not driving me insane. And then I'm going to be trying to find jewelry, like vintage watches, things like that. And these cheap meals. Okay, you guys, I will see you tomorrow. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And God bless you all.